Before this starts, I would like to say this real quick. If you are wondering if I'm using a voice filter, no. And I will leave a link to a video proving that I am not using a voice filter. After you watch the video and you still say that my voice is fake and I'm using a voice filter, hey, you're getting blocked. Anyway, enjoy the content. What is good? Welcome back to another episode of the Mind of a Renegade, where I, your humble host, Renegade X, will talk about things pertaining to real life, and I'll give my opinion to hopefully enlighten you, give you a different perspective, and to give you a better understanding of said topics. So the topic for this episode's podcast is remembering who you are. So what made me want to make a podcast about this? Well, the reason I wanted to make a podcast about this was because of the Lion King. Now, if y'all familiar with that Disney movie of Scar carrying out his plans to become king, he schemed on his brother Mufasa and his nephew Simba by working with the hyenas, caused a stampede to nearly kill Simba. And when Mufasa saved his son on the edge of the cliff and asked his brother for help, grabbed his claw, threw him off the cliff. And then after all that, Simba went to his deceased father's body. Scar put these ideas in his head saying, oh, you're the one responsible for all of this runaway and never return. There was one important part of the movie that has stuck out to me. It's when Simba had went to like the grasslands or some type of grassy area, looked into the sky, and then his father was up in the heavens saying, remember who you are. You are my son and the rightful king. That right there had awoken, or in this case, reawoken something in Simba, which made him go back to Pride Rock and face Scar, to face his past, because there was also a part of the movie when Rafiki had smacked him with his staff. You know, Simba was saying, what was that for? Rafiki said, you know what, it was in the past, and Simba said, but it still hurts. Rafiki said, yes, that's true, but you can either hold on to that pain and keep running away, or you can let go of the past, focus on your present to make a better future. And that right there, it's relatable, because there are many people on this planet that have lost themselves, and I mean their true selves of what they originally were, the path that they had originally walked. But there are multiple things that have caused an effect on us to stray away from our original paths. You have the opinions of the society and how society wants you to be. Then you have things that are beyond your control that affect you as well, that affect you mentally and or physically as well. Because I have thought about it, and especially in this day and age of the snowflake society, the censorship, everyone being so sensitive, you got cancel culture. If it's not with the status quo, bad things will happen to you. It's limiting you, restricting you for being your true selves. To really not display the person that you really are. And I don't like how society currently does that. And yes, there are other ways that we lose ourselves. Seeking validation from others. That's another way you lose yourself. Trying to impress and change yourself to a way to where everyone will like you. This is going to be a harsh truth, but not everyone is going to like you. But that right there shouldn't matter to you as long as you have self-love and walk by faith, not by sight. And this is just me being raised from a Christian background. As long as you love yourself and your relationship with God is good, that's all that matters right there. And to acknowledge the good people in your life, the ones that love you as well. But it's really that self-love is really important right there. So don't seek validation. Practice self-love and do that through positive affirmations. Don't be so hard on yourself. The way that you would talk to a good friend, let them know it's gonna be alright, don't worry about it, and etc. Talk to yourself that same way. Let your mind be a comfortable place to be in. And another thing that this society does that affects us is this society has so many distractions. Look around you. You got constant celebrity gossip. You got all these social medias putting all this junk out here. Cause you gotta skim through some stuff to find like the educational stuff. You got that going on. Then you got all this chaos that's happening as well, where everything is bass backwards. See, I remember back in the day, this country would really put a focus on education. Constantly promoted people to go to college, read, and etc. The things that I remember distinctively was constantly made sure we read, made sure we studied the chapter and topic to have an understanding, take notes, memorize it, and say it back in your own words. Cut off distractions. They took away our cell phones. We made sure we was quiet in class so other people could concentrate on their work. See, I want you to take those things, the good things that were learned in school, because I know how the American educational system is. It is not good right now. Definitely not good right now. But the reason I said all that, so we can try to get a understanding and a perspective of that. It's just that we have a lot of distractions that is turning our attention away on focusing on us, on who we really are. I don't see and heard people that will distance themselves to get away from the dysfunction and the distractions. They will take social media breaks. They will travel to another continent. They'll do anything they can just to get away from it, just to take a break, to clear their mind and to do some soul searching. There is one rapper that I know that has done this. His name is Hobson. At some point he was getting real depressed, angry. He had made a song called I Don't Want It No More. I don't want this, I don't want it no more. If I butchered the title, I apologize. In the song, he was basically talking about the negative effects of fame and fortune that was happening to him. And then, I think it was months later, he had posted a video of himself being in another country. And he was just saying, since I gotten away from all that craziness in America, I just started feeling better. He was doing some soul searching and stuff like that. And I'm just like, man. Trying to think of another example, but I can't think of another one. But there are times that even I feel like I want to do that. Like I just want to get out the country and go somewhere else just to get away from it for a while. Right now I want to isolate myself for 6 months and just focus on myself, just to sign out all social media, silence notifications, just cut off the distractions and go monk mode, just to focus on myself, soul searching, to remember who I am. But I haven't done that because I just can't completely disappear on friends and family. Cause I know everybody's gonna want me to go places with them and etc. And I do want to spend time with my friends and family too. So that's why I haven't really did that yet. But that is definitely a thought I've been constantly having. Like I do just want to take a break. I really do. But it is what it is. There are 3 very important things that have to be good. Gotta be good physically, mentally, and spiritually. If those 3 things are straight, you are good. Here's a thing that I want to address, and this needs to be said because this expectation that we have in this society of someone has to have it all figured out by the age of 21, that's a messed up expectation because not everybody's experience is the same. We all go through different things. We all have different times on our breakthroughs. Some people can get this done at this age, some people accomplish that later on. See, I don't like that you gotta have it all figured out at the age of 21 because you are still a young adult. You are still going to be figuring things out. And you are constantly going to be learning as you age. There are a whole bunch of people older than me still learning things to this day. There are people younger than me still learning things to this day. And I am still learning things to this day. And I'm 29 years old. The expectation of having it all figured out at the age of 21, that affects people mentally. And if someone doesn't have certain things before they hit 21, they're gonna feel like a failure. Even I felt like that. Because there were things I didn't have at the age of 21. And that just caused me to feel worthless. I thought to myself I was a failure. I'm never gonna recover from this and etc. I want to say this to let you guys know, for those that feel like that. You, and for those that are growing up before they hit 21, you do not have to have it all figured out at the age of 21. Everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own life. Everyone is different. So do not feel bad if you don't have it all figured out at the age of 21. There are many people trying to figure things out in their lives. Still are. We all are. Because we are human beings. Never, and I mean never, forget that. I want to say this for those that have lost their way and trying to get back to the path that they were originally walking on. To remember who you are. Here are my words to you. 1. Remember the good things from your past. Whatever you got to do to remember the good stuff from your past, whether you have to look at old notes you have written, old photos of happy moments with your family members, anything to reignite the flame that is within you. Number 2, remember your interest, your dreams. What do you like? What do you not like? What did you want to be when you got older? Did you want to do this? Did you want to be an actor? Did you want to be a musician? What do you want to do? Find inspiration. Have people in your circle that have similar interests and who can also teach you things. And those same individuals are positive as well. Number 3, stop doubting yourself and reinforce positivity. Some people believe they may be too old to do this and to do that. It is never too late. If you are still breathing, that means it's not over. You can still do it. Better late than never. Use positive affirmations to reinforce the thoughts, to keep you going. Number 3, know your strengths and weaknesses. And number 4, stay prayed up. Walk by faith, not by sight. May these words provide you value. And I pray that these words reignite the fire within you. Remember who you are. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Mind of a Renegade. Be sure to check out my socials in the description or comment section. And if you would like to listen to more podcasts and content, depending on the social media, go ahead and hit the follow, subscribe, the bell icon to get notified of future content. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day or night, and I'll see y'all next time.